Hey guys, thank you for joining us. My name is Deanna McGee, and I'm so excited to have along with me Taryn Evans and Carlos Fuentes. They are on our team, and they have really hit this year running. They've put in a lot of work ahead of this time to be where they're at right now. Taryn's team has caught the eye of Paul Gravett, our CEO, and that's huge, you guys. So I would love for them to share with us some of the things that they've done to get to this point. This is definitely going to be a video that you can reference in the future and share with your teams. I think you will learn a lot, and I'm really looking forward to hearing what they have to say and them sharing with you as well. So Carlos and Taryn, Taryn's been in this. We actually met on a cruise a couple years back, and when I came to le-vel, Taryn was very interested. She knew I was a single mom, and for me to come to le-vel, she knew that this must be something good. There must be something to this. So being in the fitness industry for a long time, knowing a lot about nutrition, she looked at the product. She's like, oh, yeah, this is it. We're doing this. So we started this about 1.5 years ago together. And since then, you know, every business, like I said before, has slow seasons. And for this particular industry, October through January is typically when that slow time is. Every business has ebbs and flows. A lot of times, though, people get very discouraged during that season, and they either quit or they just lose focus or they just get distracted with everything else. Plus, it's holiday season. So I would love, Taryn, if you would talk about what you did during that time, and Carlos, because you guys both had really high enrollments. Both of you qualified for the getaway, not just one of you. And I know that there was a lot in your personal life going on at that time as well. You know, I know Taryn moved out, I got a place of her own. So a lot of things that people would have allowed to use as stopping points in their business.
I think this all started from like when we very first started. So we started in July. July was still kind of the fast season, and we grew super fast. We went 12K in like a little bit over a month. It was like 36 days. We were going super fast. It was super exciting. We were getting all these people, getting customers. We loved Thrive. And then all of a sudden it's like October, November, December, and I stayed 12K for 6 months straight. For a lot of people, that would be discouraging to stay the same rank over and over again. There were some months that we barely hit 12K, and we really had to, at the end of the month, like scramble for orders just to hit 12K. And, you know, you feel like you're not growing. But one thing that we did is just because we felt like we weren't growing, or because we weren't getting the amount of people that we wanted, we were still super consistent because we knew people were watching us. Just because they're not enrolling or they're not becoming customers or you're not seeing the growth does not mean that you are not building a reputation and an image for yourself. So that being said, January came, February came of the following year. We grew super fast. In 4 months, we went from 12K to almost $300,000 in sales. It was crazy, super fast.
Yeah, this was 2017,
right.
Just to get that. And then, you know, we'll go to 2018.
That was starting from the beginning. So we grew super fast. And then this is into last year. I hit the top rank. Again, things were super good. So there's ups and downs. You know, we were like super stagnant. We went up super fast. And then all of a sudden, the slow season comes again, and we go back down. And like we said, like October, November, December, all the way into January are slower seasons. So it's easy to get discouraged when you are growing super fast, and then you're like, what happened? But you can't get discouraged. If you do, that's going to ruin your entire business, because no one else knows what's going on in your business except you and your upline, obviously. So you don't want to carry that into your team. If you start to feel like you're discouraged, go to someone else and talk about it. Like I go to Deanna and talk about it, but don't bring it down into your team, and don't bring it into your network of people on social media. We keep our Facebook super business. Our Facebook is our business. We keep our personal life personal. We talk about our personal life to our friends, but as far as business goes, that's our Facebook. Yeah. That's our whole image. And that kind of goes into like our relationship thing.
You know, we split up back in September was when we had our split. We had a rough patch
as our business was going down.
So I mean, you know, we had our rough patch or whatnot, and we actually split up for, what was it, 4 months. But one thing that we did not do was bring all that negativity into it. We still knew we had a growing team, a big team that's still trying to, you know, grow and prosper. So the negativity just did not come out of us, you know.
We had built this whole business together, and by blasting our drama all over Facebook and our bad days and our memes to get back at each other and all this stuff. There were definitely bad days, and those days I would talk to my friends about it. I would send it to Deanna instead of blasting it on Facebook. And like how bad I wanted to put it on Facebook, I definitely did. But you have to look at your future and look at the big picture and look at how that makes your image look, because that's what this business is. And we had worked really hard for a long time building to that point. And these people that had been following us, you know, some of them have just joined recently and they're doing really good. And imagine if we would have went through these bad months and stopped posting and let out all our drama and unplugged. These people that have just recently joined, they wouldn't be here because they would have been like, well, I'm not joining them. They're like not having a good life. Like, and so you have to be aware of,
you know, it's not really, you know, it's, you know, some people might think that it's kind of faking it or whatnot. But honestly, I mean, how we look at our business is we built our business through social media. I mean, probably about 95% of it has been through social media and just getting out there and getting the word out there. So the positivity that we pour into our social life, social media, is huge, you know. So if you bring, especially in those slower seasons like November, December, and January, if you're bringing negativity along with you, that's a huge stop in your business right there. So I mean, we knew from the year prior and what we experienced, how those months went, and we knew that wasn't what we were going to do. We had to keep posting, keep the consistency going, day in and day out. I mean, it didn't matter if I didn't get a customer for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. I was still posting every single day, you know.
It's like a lot of people get discouraged when they're not getting people, and they're like, this is just a bad month, you know, I'm going to kind of take a break, I'm going to step back, things just aren't going good. But in those months, that's when you need to be pouring in more and plugging in more and posting more and being more positive. And I really think that because we were like that, it made our top leaders like that. And now these leaders are hitting new ranks because they didn't see like negativity from us. They didn't know they knew a little bit of it, but they didn't know our situation or our numbers or anything like that. They just knew they wanted to be where we are. And if, you know, you can't expect them to want to keep growing and be posting and being positive and inspiring and motivated if you're not doing it yourself. So that was huge. That's been huge.
For us,
just leading by example, I guess.
Yeah, and I think a lot of times, along with what you're saying, people think, oh, okay, I'm going to get in this business and I'm going to work really hard for like a week or a month or something like that. And they don't realize that what you're doing today isn't going to pay off for 3 to 4 months from now, which is perfect example of you guys, October through January. Here we are at March, your highest month to date. You're way beyond ahead of track for 200K. And we're in the 10th day of March. Like, that's crazy. So, you know, people hear it from me, and I think hearing it from somebody else too, they'll say, okay, well, maybe Deanna's not just saying that to fluff us or something. Like, it's legit, because you guys are living proof of that. To catch Paul's attention.
How many times we've heard, like, I've been watching you for a year. So people watch you for a long time, and they want to see consistency. If they're seeing, oh, she's all on it this week, and then the next week they're like, nah, their attitude's different this week, and then the next week they're back into Thrive, and then they're like not.
Yeah.
People are watching. You have to understand that people are watching you every single day for like long periods of time, and you need to be consistent. You need to.
Definitely. I think that, that's huge right there. I mean, yeah, like she said, there's been people that have been watching for,
Since the
you know,
beginning.
I mean, Brianna, I'll mention her. I mean, she was watching me since the very beginning. And she actually said she turned off my notifications on Facebook so she would stop watching me. But eventually she turned them back on and said, all right, I'll take the plunge, you know, and I mean, it took her that long.
But there's going to be people like that. And imagine if you got discouraged. Imagine if Brianna would have told him, you're annoying, I'm turning off my notifications.
And she's a 4K now.
And he stopped posting. Well, none of you guys would be here, and Brianna wouldn't be here, and Brianna loves Thrive now, and she's going to be getting a 6K check soon. So, I mean, people don't know what you have until they try it, and you can't let other people's opinions or what they think when they're not even like educated on it or know what they're talking about before, like you can't let that affect you.
I think a lot of people, they see like I'm posting too much, I'm annoying too many people. You know, people are starting to not like me anymore because of Thrive, and it kind of discourages them. And they go through a little period of time where it's maybe 3 or 4 weeks or maybe a little longer where they stop posting because they feel like, okay, I need to gain my friends back, or I need to. But honestly and realistically, all you're doing, and we've gained a lot of respect and credibility by just sharing our experience every single day. And people are so inspired. I mean, we get messages all the time from random people that aren't even Thrivers. Thanks for the inspiring post, for motivating us, you know, this and that. I mean, it's almost a daily thing. But, you know, once you start doing it consistently for so long, it's like people catch on and they're like, oh my God, this is positive. This is a great health and wellness, guys. We are preaching health and wellness. Health, fitness, eating, this and that, wellness, happiness. You know, you're happy, you're out there, you're showing a well-being life, you know, and I think that's big. We are in the health and wellness industry. So showing a little bit of both will go such a long way, you know, for us and for all of you.
So I also liked that you guys had mentioned how you didn't bring the negativity into your team, which, by the way, you guys had during that time and even ahead of that time, teams that were maybe massive or really grew fast or whatever the case is, these strong teams, and then they would drop off or quit or just disappear, and you're like, whoa, you know, but you never brought that dynamic into your team. You never shared that. You also, I don't know, your team, I'm in a lot of chats, and your team chat is always lit up with enthusiasm, encouragement. It's alive. It's so much fun, like to just go in there and see everybody cheering each other on, to welcome new promoters in there. How is it that you actually talk to your team? Because, and you've consistently done this. This isn't like last week you started and now it's all exciting in the chat. It's been consistent. And one thing that I also love is you guys just do not accept try. And you kind of tell your team like the way it is. So if you could just talk about that.
We try to connect and plug in with our whole team. So I don't care if you are my personal or you're my level 6. Like, if you have a question, I'm going to answer it. If you have a question in my chat, I'm going to answer it. And I'm going to give you just as much attention as I would give my personals. So and the same with like locals. We go to all the locals, even if it's not ours, and we try to meet everyone and we try to connect with everyone. And I think really like plugging in with your team and not just focusing on your first level or your first 2 levels or whatever it may be really sets a different tone for the team. Like, I feel like,
you know, a lot of it comes with the passion that we have for not only the product, but for the company itself. And you know, what they actually do for us and what this product does for us. So when someone joins our team, it doesn't matter if it's 8 levels down, 10 levels down. Yes, we're very excited for them. I love to see new people coming in. I want to cheer them on, not only for business, but if they're looking for weight loss, for energy, whatever it is, I'm willing to help out. And maybe that's just me, a caring person in me, but I love to do that. I love to interact, ask questions, and cheer people on when they go in our chat, man. I'm constantly engaging and constantly people personally message me asking a question. I'm right there. You know, I think engagement is really big. And you know, we know where we came from. We came from 0 too. You know, we didn't just build this business coming right in. You know, so we were those people asking questions. What local is running next? You know, we drive 3 hours to a local just to be there to learn, you know, and that was us. So we totally get when these people are first coming in, they feel intimidated. They feel like, oh my God, I don't know where to go, what to do. Mm-hmm. So we try to engage with them in any way we can and cheer them on and get them going. And I think it's really paid off for us, you know, not only because we just feel like we have to, but we're just that type of team to where we're always pouring positivity definitely into our team. We don't like the negativity. So.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys are really, really good at that. So when somebody's like, well, I'm going to really try, like, what do you guys?
So we are like super positive with our team, but we're also straightforward, especially me. And you guys probably know that. Yes. So, but I feel like I have relationships with my team that I can be that way with them. And if you tell me that you're going to try to do something, I'm like, you're not going to try. You're either going to do it or you're not going to do it. And we don't take that as an answer because we're in the same zone as you are. We're doing it. We are enrolling. We are getting customers. And I wouldn't ask you to do something that I wasn't doing. So if I know that like I'm doing it, I know that you can do it. And I want you to know that you can do it. And so we just don't really.
Yeah. I don't think try.
We don't accept the whole like, I'll try.
We could have said, or she could have said, I'm going to try to get the 200K. I'm going to try to build a team.
We'll try to get to this local.
Instead, we just kept it in our mindset to where we're going to do it. We're going to do it. We're going to do it. And that's where you start training your brain to.
I'll try to qualify for this getaway. I'll try to.
And you push it off on the back burner. You know, you start pushing. When you start saying try, you start pushing it off. It gives you an excuse
not to do it. When you say you're going to try to do something, if you don't do it, you're like, oh, well, I tried. But if it's either I'm doing it or I'm not doing it, then that takes that off the table.
So good. So true. Awesome.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm so excited. I've never done this before.
Hi.
So this is very brand new to me. I just joined with Candace Murray. She's a friend of mine from high school. Are you Rachel at the bottom right?
I don't know. We don't have the full screen on here.
Yeah, we can't see.
Oh, okay. So pretty much I just joined as a promoter and I tried Thrive for the very first time about a year ago from today's date. And I fell in love with it because it really worked for me. I had energy and I suffer with Crohn's disease. So the first thing that, caught my eye was the digestive health. It helps with that. So I've been suffering with Crohn's disease since I was 16, but for the past 2 months, I've been in and out of the hospital. And I finally told my husband, I was like, I really, really want to do this. I want to become a promoter. I had surgery back last June, so I can't work anymore. So he's the only one making an income. And I just see all of my friends who are like 10 years younger than me, and they're like at 200K. And I'm like, man, they're like so high in this business. How do they do this? And Candace finally was just like, trust me, take this deal, get the promoter package. We'll get you there. So now I'm joining in on this live and I'm just trying to figure out how to promote the business even more because I'm trying to get at least 2 people for my first 2 people. And everybody just keeps saying, I don't have the money or I don't have this. And so my question is just pretty much like, how do you get people to actually like take that leap, I
think, I think Deanna could probably take that one. She's good at the whole. I mean, I think for myself, it's, a lot of consistency, but they have the whole, what's that called? The whole pricing thing down and everything. You guys give, what's that word you guys give?
You're asking about the whole price thing?
Yeah. So like people are like, oh, it's so expensive. Like a month worth of Thrive is $150. And I'm like, yeah, but if you really think about it, all the money you're spending on soda and energy drinks and all that stuff, I mean, you're saving money.
Usually like, we break it down. So instead of saying $150, say, well, it's $5 a day. Can you afford $5 a day for your health? For most people, it cuts out their coffee. It cuts out any of their other supplements. You're not eating probably a breakfast because you're having your shake. So in the long run, you're probably saving money. But $150 sounds like a lot more than $5 a day.
Yeah. When you say $150, that's like, boom, turn off. But when
it sounds like so much at one time.
Right. When you say $5, even though it's in a month and 31 days, when you say that number, it's like, oh my God, that's way too much. But when you say like $4.88 to $5 a day, it sounds a lot better, and then you could explain, you probably spend that, on a Starbucks coffee or Dunkin' Donuts or whatnot. And you could explain that this product actually cuts out those cravings as well, that coffee craving, that the shake could probably even be a meal replacement for some people if you do, a banana or something or make it a smoothie or whatnot. So
Shinda, I'll message you about that. I have something a good resource to send over to you.
Okay, awesome. Thank you guys so much.
You're welcome. But Taryn, I really want to talk about, I know you guys, for those of you guys who don't know, Taryn and Carlos live like 2+ hours, depending on traffic, it can be 3+, because I've been there one way from where we are. So the major part of the team, the 200Ks and everything, if they wanted to plug in as they're growing when they first started or now, if there's a local here where I live, where several other 200Ks live, they have made the drive. I can't even count how many times to the locals. You guys have driven in the evening because Paul has been here, like whatever. And it's not just the times that it's like this huge local. Like, you guys
30 minutes at a time for an hour.
Yeah. Right.
How do you know where a local is near you?
So locals they're usually posted on the team pages and whatnot. Or the team chats for sure, but they're all over the place. But what I'm trying to hit home here, you guys, is that Taryn and Carlos, you guys always show up, and you guys, if you're not local to us, get with other sidelines or get with anybody who's in your area. If you're in Texas, California, Ohio, it doesn't matter. Find people that are passionate about this product. I don't care what their rank is, and collaborate with them. Be other passionate people. Passion breeds excitement, and that enthusiasm breeds like production and growth in your team. So be around those people.
Right, because we would go to locals that weren't even ours, and it wasn't because it was going to grow. It wasn't an income producing activity. It wasn't going to, it wasn't going to directly build our business, but it was to be around other people with a vision, to give ourselves a bigger vision, to be around other 200Ks because we want to be 200K. They say follow who you want to be like. Like, I wanted to be a 200K, so I was going to put myself around as many 200Ks as I could every chance I got. And that's just what we did. If we needed to drive 3 hours to go do it, we were going to do it because that was my vision. And I think that you need to surround yourself with people who have bigger visions than you if you're going to get there.
And same with Zooms for you guys that are on this Zoom. Taryn and Carlos didn't miss Zooms. Even no matter how repetitious that Zoom was, they were on my Zoom. They were in Danny and Corey's Zoom. They're on Brittany's Zoom. They're always showing up. So, that has a lot to say.
When we first started, we would get on Danny and Corey's Zooms probably like 2 to 3 days a week. And it might be the same thing every single time, but we might pick up like one little thing new. And just to like hear them talk, because they were 200K and they were going to be millionaires and we wanted to be millionaires. So we got on every single one of their Zooms.
Yeah, I think that played a huge role in a lot because we got so motivated and everything. Just like she said, I mean, they could repeat themselves 3 or 4 Zooms, VIP 800, VIP 1600. Okay, we already hit that, but I'm going to go on there anyway and just listen.
It helped us get really good at talking about it to our teams.
Yeah, you always learn. Yes, of course. You always learn from a Zoom. I mean, you might not catch something the first time, but the second time you probably will catch that one little bit that you needed that day, so.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for being on. Thank you for sharing all of these golden nuggets and things for others to learn and understand. Lots of really good information. Do you have anything else you want to say? Otherwise, I appreciate your time on your Sunday.
No, just keep it consistent, keep it passionate, and keep going. I mean, we're no different than anybody else in this business. I'm telling you, we came, like I said, from nothing. So just keep it going, keep it positive, always keep it positive. That's one of the main things, social media, everything. I mean, you're walking a positive lifestyle through health and wellness. So
love it. Thank you guys. I hope you have a wonderful Sunday.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.